Hello everyone, and welcome to the webinar for Teaching Physician, using the administrator tools in Teaching Physician. My name is Brian Hischer, and I am the Manager of Online Education at the Society of Teachers of Family Medicine. I'm going to start by giving you guys a tour of Teaching Physician. So to go to Teaching Physician, the URL is teachingphysician.org. By the way, I'm sharing my screen. If you can't see the screen, let me know in the chat box. If at any time you guys have questions about a feature on the site, feel free to ask that question. There should be a question section in your webinar panel. So if you're at teachingphysician.org, you'll be on the homepage. And I'll just begin by showing you some of the various features here. Up at the top, we have our main menu where you can access the content. Individuals who are interested in becoming a preceptor can click on this link up here at the top, called Become a Preceptor. They can access their CME, they can access My School, and the topic index. There's helpful links here at the top. We have access for logging in. So if a preceptor is curious about how to log in, there are two places. We've got login here on the left-hand side, as well as in the black bar at the top. On the right-hand side, you'll see login. I'm going to scroll on down a bit further here, where you're going to see different features like the list of sections. So a preceptor who's quickly interested in jumping to a specific overarching topic can click one of these links. There are 12 sections total. If they're not sure where to start, we have these learning paths over here on the right-hand side, and we'll talk a bit more about those a little bit later in the webinar. Further down, we update the Focus of the Month section on the first Thursday of every month. And here we focus on a particular section of the website, highlighting pages that we've recently updated, and directing them to multiple places on the site, all that relate to the prime focus. Later in the webinar, we'll talk a bit more about the Focus of the Month archive and how you can use that to help promote the site to your preceptors. At the very bottom, we have some statistics. We have over 110 pages on the website. And this content ranges across all the topics you see here in these sections, from preparing to welcome a learner, to helping residents as teachers, orienting a learner, all the way down through after the rotation. Those pages include things like textual content, quick tips, videos, and helpful links to other resources that might be of service. Now this preceptor data point down here is a little bit inaccurate. We actually have over 23,000 preceptors now registered with the website. We have over 80 resources, and I'll show you where they can find those resources once we get into the body of the site. And we have the CME count right here, so 40 CME credits. I'm going to scroll back up and take us into navigating the content. We've tried to make Teaching Physician as easy to navigate as possible. Our preceptors often come to the website looking for information they need right away. Either they have a student coming in or they're struggling giving feedback, and they need to be able to find that information quickly. So one of the things you can do to help a preceptor find the material if they come to you asking questions is you can lead them over to the content section or over to the topic index. Now, if they click on content, that takes them to a simple roadmap. And this roadmap shows them each of the main sections with a little description about what's inside. For instance, if I click on Precepting Principles, we'll see that Precepting Principles will help them learn how to apply adult learning principles and adapt their teaching style based on the experience and knowledge of their learners. There's 3 subsections: Principles of Precepting, Learner Experience Level, and Precepting Scenarios. Under Precepting Principles, we've got 4 topics here. So I can jump into Adult Learning Principles, but we can see I've not logged in. So this is a great opportunity for me to show you where we're going to log in. I'm going to log in as an administrator. That way I can show you how to use the administrator features as well. I'm very glad that I remembered my login credentials on a webinar. That makes me very happy. So once again, we are back here on the content roadmap, and I'll jump into Precepting Principles. And now adult learning principles will be accessible. So this is what a main content page looks like. In the center, we have the main body of content, as well as references at the very bottom. We also have a rating system down there where a preceptor can let us know if the content was helpful to them or not. On the right-hand side, you're going to see those resources. And we do a link check every few months to make sure these things are still updated. We also update our resources whenever we highlight a page for the focus of the month. On the left-hand side, you're going to see another way to navigate the website. So you can see here the entire precepting principles section has been expanded, and they can jump directly to where they'd like to go. One of the things that we found preceptors might have struggled with was the fact that a lot of this information is hidden from sight if you're not in the section. So they might see preparation, but they may not know what could be in there. And they may want to scan all of this information at one time. At the top right, we have the topic index, and this is basically a table of contents. I'll click on the topic index and take you there. So this section of the website gives you a long-running list of every page on the site. We've tried to name these to be as descriptive as possible. And a user who's really, really specific in what they need to know can always use the browser shortcut Control-F on a PC or Command-F on a Mac in order to find what they need. So for instance, if I'm interested in something like welcoming a learner, I can use that shortcut, and you can see right up here, I can type in welcome, and it takes me directly to that page. So this is a really helpful way for a preceptor to find what they need. It can also help you as administrators. If you're putting together an email in which you're going to announce TeachingPhysician as a resource to your preceptors, you can come in here and quickly gather a list of links that you would need. To copy a link, you can right-click the link and choose Copy Link Address. I should also point out that at any point you can ask a question about a particular topic that I'm talking about here. I'm now going to jump over into the My School section of the website. When we relaunched the website in 2016, we decided to add some features that would make the functions of the website a little bit easier for you to use, as well as more useful. So we developed a My School section. The only people who can access the administrative controls of the My School section of the website are institutional admins such as yourself. A preceptor with your shared login credentials won't be able to see a lot of this information here. This is private. And it looks like I am logged in as a preceptor, which is why I'm not seeing the edit information or the users who are registered. So this is a preceptor view. That's a little bonus here on this webinar. Let me go ahead and get the admin logged in. So I will log out here. Thank you for your patience. There we are. So once again, we're looking at the My School page on the website. And here as an administrator, I can now edit some text. I can view my user list and so on. So let's start from the very top. So this is a sample institution. This is Society of Teachers of Family Medicine. You can see here this information. Preceptors. If the school for which you're precepting has information or documents they want to share with you, you'll find that information here. Administrators, you can add a heading above, like the name of your school, change this text, for example, to a greeting or contact information, and upload your important documents below. In order to change this information, I'm going to click Edit this text. This allows me to change the name, and change my messaging. If you have important information that you want to share to them, you can do so. Once again, only preceptors who have your shared login credentials can see this information. If a visitor comes to the website and clicks on My School, it's not going to show them anything. They have to log in as a preceptor. That login is associated with your institution. And then when they come to the My School page, they can see anything you've written here. So some people find it helpful to put contact information or the institutional admin's name, or just whatever else is necessary, helpful addresses, and so on. Once I hit save, that information's up here at the top. You'll also find this area helpful to check on your subscription status. So right now you can see that Brian Hischer, myself, is listed as the administrator of the sample institution, and my email is right here. So your preceptors will be able to contact you with information or with questions about the site if they need to. It also lets you know what your subscription level is, as well as when your subscription expires. And lastly, we've got your subscription status. An active subscription is simply one that has paid. If it says inactive or expired, it'll give you a link to go ahead and resubscribe to Teaching Physician. Right here we have the user list. The user list lets you upload your preceptors into Teaching Physician yourself. So you can see here that I have 20 preceptors that I can enroll in Teaching Physician. I'm only using 14 of them in this account, and I have 20 allowed. So you can always have a good idea of how many preceptors you have in your subscription. If you have an unlimited subscription to Teaching Physician, you have an unlimited number of preceptors you can add. And so this number here will not have really any meaning. If you need to delete someone from this list, it's as simple as saying delete. If I need to add someone, it's as simple as coming down here to this bottom field and typing in a name. It's 80s day here at Teaching Physician. I've added Mr. Selleck. He is now in my list. My active users are 14. You'll recall I deleted Tom Jones. And now he's been added here. We strongly recommend that if you add preceptors, that you send an email to the preceptors letting them know that they've been added to the website. We found that emails coming directly from you as an institution are much more likely to increase engagement by the preceptors of Teaching Physician. We do let preceptors know the morning of the focus of the month that they have been added to the account and that they should watch for the focus of the month arriving later that afternoon. But again, it's good for them to get another reminder from you guys. That way they know this is a benefit that you're providing them. The focus of the month, by the way, always includes the shared username and password that you've set up for your account. So they should always have access to their passwords. A note on changing your password. So as an institutional admin, you have your own login credentials, and preceptors have their shared login credentials. If you ever need to change your login credentials for either the institutional admin or the preceptors, you can send us an email at teachingphysician@stfm.org. And I'll highlight that here right on my screen. We'll go ahead and change that username and password for you, and then your preceptors will be updated during the next focus of the month cycle. Down here at the bottom, we're still talking about adding preceptors. You'll see that you can upload a spreadsheet with multiple users. You can send that spreadsheet to us directly, and we'll go ahead and upload them in bulk. This is especially helpful if you're a new institution and you have a large number of preceptors that you need to add. Up here in this list, if you realize that you added someone's name in incorrectly, or perhaps their email address is incorrect, you can come over to the edit section here. That allows me to edit the fields. So now I can edit Tom Selleck, he prefers Thomas. And it looks like his email address is incorrect. There we go. So I will update it. He has been updated, and he's good to go. So at this point, I'm going to head back to my school. So once again, we've talked about the top section, we've looked at our subscription status, and we've just edited our user list. And one of the most helpful areas of Teaching Physician is the document section that we have down here at the bottom. And this allows you to upload documents that you feel will help your preceptor. Again, these documents are only accessible by preceptors who have your shared login credentials. When you add a file, you simply browse to it as you would with anything on your computer. You just pick something, upload it, write the name of the title, and then type a description down here at the bottom. When you click add, it appears right up here at the top. So here we have a document called goals. If I click on goals, it downloads this document and I can open it. I can choose to edit it, which allows me to change its name as well as change the description of it. I still have the opportunity to add something down here at the bottom. You can upload as many documents as you need to. So that's a tour of the My School section of the website. Another helpful feature of the website is the clerkship finder. So I'm going to head back to the home page. Underneath the Become a Preceptor section of the website, you'll see Find a Clerkship. Now this tool is primarily for preceptors who are looking for a place to precept. I'm going to choose Find a Clerkship. And you can see here on this map all of the clerkships and institutions that we have in our database appear on this map. And I can scroll in, head over to Kansas City. I can hover over one of these points on the map, click on it, and get some information. You'll see we include a URL that takes them directly to the family medicine clerkship, as well as quick access to contact information. Now we understand that this information changes or can change. If you come onto this clerkship finder and you look for your institution and you either don't find your institution or discover an error on there, please contact us at teachingphysician@stfm.org. and we'll update the clerkship finder with the accurate information. We really want this tool to be of use to you. So check that out. And now let's head back to the home page. Let's talk a moment about learning plans. Learning plans are in this section here. Not sure where to start? What you need to know if you're a resident, you're a new preceptor, you're an established preceptor, or a new learner is about to join your practice. I'm going to choose if you're an established preceptor. If you're an established preceptor, follow this path to learn advanced tips and techniques. So I'm going to choose this. And this takes you to a collection of 10 pages that we feel would be important for you to read if you're an established preceptor who wants to learn more. One of the ways we are hoping institutions can use the paths is either to simply send these paths out to their preceptors on a semi-regular basis. You'll see up here in the browser bar, there's a URL for each path, and you're welcome to copy that link and send that link to any of your preceptors and ask them to read it. We also hope this inspires you to go through the website and sort of cherry pick pages that you feel would go well together and provide them as a list of links to your preceptors so that they can essentially do online faculty development from home using Teaching Physician. Now, the preceptor or the learning paths that you create yourself and send through email won't necessarily be a roadmap like this. But if you have developed one that you feel is really effective, feel free to email that to us and we'll look to see if we can add that to the website. If I head to the Arch model here, jump right into that page, get what I need, and then I can use the back button to return to the learning path. I'm going to go back to the Learning Paths table of contents. As you can see right now, we have 4. And if you're looking to develop more of your own, we have some sources of inspiration I'd like to show you right now. I'm going to return to the Teaching Physician homepage. Down at the bottom, we have our focus of the month. So a little bit about the focus of the month. You've probably seen this email come in on the first Thursday of every month, and you may have checked it out. But you might be wondering, can I use this myself? The focus of the month has really good open rates. But again, when an institution sends something to a preceptor themselves, they may find those preceptors more likely to open something. You are more than welcome to take the content that we've provided here in the focus of the month, copy it into your own email, and send it out. Now, this is just one focus of the month. If I come down to the bottom, I'll see the Focus of the Month archive. I'm going to choose that. And this takes us back in time through all of the focuses that we've sent out starting in January 2016. If you scroll through these, you can jump directly into each one and then use that as a means of navigating to other pages. The idea with Teaching Physician is that we want to give preceptors as many ways to get into the website as possible. We want to tap into what their present needs are. We want to inspire them to learn more, or we just want to pique their interest a little bit. If you go into the Focus of the Month archive and begin to pull out information to send to your own preceptors, you may find that they're using the site with more frequency. This particular focus of the month on direct observation leads not only to some sibling pages, but also to the main section. So as you probably know, Teaching Physician has been accepted for 40 prescribed credits by the AAFP. The term runs from March 15th year to year. And when a preceptor has gone through material and want to report their CME credit, they need to be logged in and choose one of the sections they'd like to report. So if I pick, let's say, teaching strategies, that takes me here where I can take a short quiz. So I'll just take this quiz for you here. I strongly agree. Yes, this was the information I was looking for. I plan to do more right things. Some more stuff. And I'll submit. Once I submit, I scroll back up to the top. AAFP members can report their CME credit here, and non-AAFP members can download and print their CME certificate here. They can do that for each section of the website. On the left-hand side, you're going to see here each section's CME quiz. Yes, yes. So I've just taken the quiz and been given access to the links. Each one of these certificates lists the section for which the CME credit was earned. It also includes the number of prescribed credits for that section. If I go to the CME homepage, once again, this is a good way to get to each section. But if I want to see how many credits each section is worth, I actually need to travel to that section. If I want to see how much preparation is worth, I go to its landing page, and here we'll see the CME credits, and this section is 3 credits right here. I'll head back up to content, choose residence as teacher. We have 4 credits. So this can help your preceptors make decisions based upon their needs as well. All right, so far so good. So let's go ahead and look at a couple more things. I'm going to jump into the subscribe section. If I'm logged in as an administrator, I can see my subscription details. And you'll see down here at the bottom that I can activate or extend my subscription from here. So if I'm still active and I click activate or extend, it allows me to fill in my credit card information and select purchase now. So this is entirely automated. That means you won't receive invoices from us as your subscription expiration date approaches. It also resets your subscription date to a year from your actual expiration. So by extending, it simply adds an additional year to your expiration date. So by way of example, today is November 8th, but if your subscription expires January 1 of next year and you decide to extend it, your new expiration date is January 1st, 2019. So that's a really helpful way to stay on top of that. Another thing you can do is click here to download your subscription form if you'd prefer to pay by check. Our address for the check is also on that form. So I'm not going to repurchase this. I think I'm pretty good. So I'm going to go back to subscribe. And the same detail that you saw on your My School page is here as well. So you can see who you are, or if your administrator name has changed, this might give you an indication that you might want to send us an email and ask us to update administrator information. So it's actually a pretty good side topic. We understand that if you're administering this account, that your responsibilities may change several months from now or a year from now. If you do end up transferring administration of your Teaching Physician subscription to somebody else, please let us know, and we can go ahead and update that information with the correct name and email address. That also serves to benefit you because you won't be getting emails from us. The person who takes over for you will start getting those emails from us. I'm going to take you over to the About Us section of the website. So here you can read a bit more about who's been a part of Teaching Physician. Dennis Baker has been our editor since 2014, and here in 2017 he'll be rolling off and another Teaching Physician editor will be hired. In 2018, we intend to be bringing in an advisory panel of 3 individuals who will work with myself and the Teaching Physician editor. Each one of these individuals is going to be given one area of focus. One person will be focused on content needs for Teaching Physician. A second individual will be tasked with viewing preceptor engagement. And a third will look at subscribing institutions' needs. So we're pretty excited to be adding more names to this page. And we're looking forward to see the results of the group as the years move on. So that's a bit more about this. And I think that pretty much covers the administrative tools that I wanted to share with you today. So I will go ahead and begin to sign off here. I want to thank you all very much for attending. Once again, my name is Brian Hischer, and you can contact us at teachingphysician@stfm.org. If you have any questions after the webinar, feel free to ask us. If you have updates that you need to make, or you're looking for a little bit more explanation in a particular topic, we're happy to help. We're always here to answer your questions. So thank you very much, everybody. This is slightly shorter than the 45 minutes we had set up, but hopefully you have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.